There is a time for everything, a time to sow, a time to reap, a time to build up, and a time to tear down. But there are also appointed times, moments marked not by man, but by the hand of the Almighty. And now I tell you, God said, it's all planned for the start of May. It was not decided yesterday, it was not drawn up last month. It was written before the first sunrise, before the first heartbeat of creation. It was decreed in the councils of eternity. You thought you were wandering. You thought the heavens were silent, but the silence was not abandonment. It was preparation. Heaven was moving while earth stood still. And what seemed delayed was only hidden for a purpose. The start of May will not be like the days before it. It will be a line drawn in time, a crossroads where what was promised and what was prepared will come into collision. The question is not whether the door will open. It will. The question is, will you be ready to walk through it? Will you be awake when the trumpet sounds? For there will be a shaking. Yes, a shaking to strip away what cannot stand, to expose what is built on sand. But those who are founded on the rock will not only endure, they will rise. What was hidden will be revealed. That calling you thought forgotten, it will come to life. That assignment you thought passed over will be laid before you. The opportunities, the relationships, the divine appointments, all set for their moment in the unfolding plan. And when the door opens, no man will be able to shut it. No power, no darkness, no opposition will be able to close what God has decreed open. But know this, the door is not for the passive. It is not for the double-minded. It is not for those still clinging to the old things. It is for the faithful. It is for those who dared to believe in the dark. So hear the word of the Lord. Prepare your heart, consecrate your steps, set your eyes on what is above. Because the start of May is not just a change in calendar. It is a change in destiny. It is the unfolding of a plan written before the foundations of the world. God said, it's all planned for the start of May. Will you be ready? Nothing is random. Nothing is an accident. Before you took your first breath, before the world ever knew your name, the plan was already written. Every day, every season, every appointed moment was laid down by a hand far greater than yours or mine. And the start of May, it was not decided in the chaos of human affairs. It was not born from circumstance. It was already established in the mind of God, set apart from the beginning. The times and seasons belong not to men, but to God. He ordains the rising and the falling of kings, the opening and the closing of doors, the times of testing and the times of fulfillment. And when he marks a moment, it is sacred. It carries the weight of eternity hidden within the passing of earthly days. May is not arriving simply as another page on a calendar. It has been ordained as a chapter in the divine narrative, written before the foundation of the world. You were not cast into life without purpose. You were not abandoned to wander through time and chance. Your steps are woven into something far greater, a sovereign tapestry of destiny. Even when you felt lost, even when the road seemed aimless, even when the prayers went unanswered, every moment was accounted for. Every tear, every struggle, every silent night was part of a holy preparation. And now the appointed time draws near. Not by your striving, not by your scheming, not by the plans of man, but by the sovereign will of the one who holds all things together. What he has purposed, no man can cancel. What he has decreed, no power of darkness can overturn. The beginning of May is not the beginning of God's work. It is the unveiling of what was always there, waiting for its moment. There is a time for everything under heaven, and not all times are the same. There are moments that pass like the wind, unnoticed and ordinary. And then there are appointed times, sacred, weighty, destined, when heaven's decree meets earth's reality. These moments do not come because man wills them. They come because God has spoken them into existence. The appointed time is not moved by your anxiety or delayed by your fear. It is not rushed by your desires or hindered by your mistakes. It is set in the eternal clock of the Almighty. And when the fullness of that time arrives, nothing on earth or under the earth can stop it. The start of May has been marked by such a time. It is not just the turning of a page. It is the fulfillment of what was ordained long before you could see it. In the appointed time, what was once impossible suddenly becomes inevitable. What was closed is thrown open. What was barren begins to bear fruit. The seeds that lay dormant in the cold soil of waiting begin to break through the earth. It may have seemed like delay, like endless preparation without reward, but it was never delay in the eyes of God. It was precision. It was mercy. It was perfect orchestration. The clock of heaven does not run late. It does not misfire. It does not forget. Every second was accounted for, every heartbeat measured, every tear stored. And now the hour approaches where the preparation gives way to manifestation. The things that have been hidden will be revealed. The purposes long awaited will be set into motion. This is the nature of the appointed time. It comes suddenly to those who have grown weary, and yet it comes right on time. It arrives not in the rush of human striving, but in the quiet, unstoppable authority of God's will. And when it comes, it demands a response. It calls the faithful to rise. It summons the prepared to move. It separates those who merely waited from those who waited with readiness. The appointed time is near, and it does not come empty-handed. It comes bearing the fulfillment of promises, the breaking open of doors, and the unleashing of destinies that have been held in reserve for such a time as this. There are seasons when it seems as if nothing is happening. Prayers rise, but answers seem silent. Dreams stir in the heart, but the ground appears unyielding. It is easy to believe in those moments that you have been forgotten, that the promises spoken over your life have withered in the waiting. But what you could not see was that the silence was not emptiness. It was preparation. It was hidden, but it was real. In the hidden places, God was at work. Behind the scenes, beyond the reach of your eyes, beyond the grasp of your understanding, the hand of the Almighty was moving pieces into place. While you were waiting, He was arranging. While you were wondering, He was building. Every closed door, every delay, every disappointment was not a detour from the promise. It was the very pathway to it. The hidden preparation is the proving ground. It is there that roots grow deep, unseen but unshakable. It is there that strength is forged, not in the brightness of applause, but in the quiet furnace of perseverance. It is in the hidden preparation that character is refined, vision is purified, and faith is tested until it becomes unbreakable. You thought you were standing still, but you were being shaped. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being engraved deeper into the plan. You thought you were losing time, but heaven was setting the stage for something far greater than you imagined. God does not waste the hidden years. He does not overlook the secret prayers, the silent tears, the faithful steps taken when no one else saw. When the time comes, what was hidden will emerge, and the preparation that no man noticed will be the very foundation of your rising. The world will see the fruit, but heaven will know the root. And the unveiling that is about to come would not be possible without the preparation that no eye could see. There comes a moment when the watchman cries out from the wall, when the trumpet sounds in the camp, when the voice calls in the wilderness, "Prepare the way of the Lord." That moment is now. The call to readiness is not a suggestion. It is a summons from heaven itself. It is the voice of God stirring His people from slumber, awakening them from complacency, urging them to rise and stand in their appointed place. Readiness is not built in the moment of battle. It is forged long before the first strike. It is not a thing that can be rushed or borrowed. It must be cultivated in the secret place. Those who wait until the door opens to prepare will find themselves unready to enter. Those who wait until the trumpet sounds to awaken will find the moment passing them by. The call to readiness demands the laying down of every weight, the casting off of every distraction, the sharpening of every sense to the whisper of God. It is the time to trim the lamps, to fill the jars with oil, to be found awake in the night when the bridegroom comes. The ones who are ready are those who have not allowed the delay to make them drowsy. They are those who have kept their hearts burning when the world grew cold. There will be no more time for hesitation. When the appointed moment comes, it will come suddenly, and there will be no warning beyond the warning already given. The opportunities prepared for you will not wait for your convenience. The doors set to open will not remain open forever. The blessings ordained will not be delayed for those who are not prepared to move. This is the season to be found faithful, to be found standing, to be found listening, to be found with your heart fixed, your hands ready, your spirit willing. When the call comes, those who are ready will step into what was promised. Those who have kept watch will enter into the joy of the Master. The time is not far off. The cry has already gone forth. The Spirit is already stirring. And now more than ever, you must be ready. Before the blessing is released, before the breakthrough is made manifest, there is always a shaking. It is a law woven into the very fabric of the ways of God. The shaking comes not to destroy, but to reveal. It comes not to end the promise, but to prepare the vessel to carry it. The shaking strips away what cannot stand. It removes what is false, what is fragile, what is founded on the sand, so that only what is unshakable will remain. Many cry out for the blessing, but flee from the shaking. Yet the two are inseparable. Before the promised land was entered, the wilderness had to be crossed. Before the crown was placed upon David's head, the caves and battles had to be endured. Before the resurrection, there was the cross. And so it is now. The blessing ordained for the start of May will not come without the final shaking. The ground beneath you may tremble. The things you once leaned on may falter. Structures you thought would last may be brought low, but do not fear the shaking. It is not your ruin, it is your refining. It is not your ending, it is your preparation. The shaking will tear away the counterfeit to make room for the true. It will sever the ties that would have weighed you down when it was time to rise. In the midst of the shaking, there is a test. Will you hold to what cannot be moved? Will you stand firm when the winds rise and the earth quakes? Will you trust not in the visible, but in the invisible? For the blessing is not given to the double-minded or the easily shaken, but to those who stand firm in the storm. The shaking comes before the blessing to ensure that when the door opens, you will be able to walk through it, not burdened by what should have been left behind. It comes so that when you possess the promise will not possess you. It comes so that when you enter the new, you will be ready to steward it with purity, strength, and unwavering faith. The shaking is not the enemy. The shaking is the mercy of God, preparing you for the weight of the blessing about to be poured out. There are things that have been hidden, covered, waiting beneath the surface. Seeds planted in faith, promises spoken in secret, assignments whispered into your spirit when no one else could hear. For a time they remained unseen, wrapped in mystery, shielded from the sight of men, but now the hour comes for the unveiling. The unveiling is not the creation of something new, but the revealing of what has already been birthed in the Spirit. It is the moment when what was hidden in darkness is brought into the light, when what was grown in secret is displayed openly, when the purposes of God, long concealed, are unfolded before the eyes of those who have waited, who have watched, who have remained faithful through the silence. The unveiling is not only the revealing of blessings, but the exposing of the heart. It uncovers not only what was planted by God, but also what was hidden within you. It brings to the surface every motive, every desire, every hidden reliance. The unveiling is both glorious and piercing. It reveals the treasure, but it also reveals the vessel. It exalts the work of God, but it demands that no flesh glory in his presence. In the unveiling, false things fall away, pretenses cannot stand. Only what is true, only what is built on the foundation of God will endure. The plans made in secret by men will be exposed, and the plans hidden in the heart of God will be revealed. Those who trusted in their own strength will see it crumble, but those who trusted in the quiet word of the Lord will see it come to pass. The unveiling comes with a weight. It is a holy moment. It is not for the casual observer or the half-hearted follower. It is for those who were willing to be hidden, those who were willing to decrease so that God could increase. It is for those who embraced the hidden place, who did not demand recognition before the time, who remained faithful when there was no reward but the approval of heaven. A time of hiding draws to an end. The appointed moment approaches. What has been concealed will now be revealed, and the world will see that what was growing in secret was the work of the living God, preparing to be unveiled at the exact moment he had ordained. There are doors that no man can open, and there are doors that no man can shut. The opening of a door in the Spirit is not the work of human hands or human striving. It is the sovereign act of God. And when he opens a door, it does not creak or hesitate. It swings wide with the force of divine authority. The door that has been shut in front of you, the barrier that seemed immovable, the opportunity that felt always out of reach, it will open. You do not have to force it. You do not have to manipulate your way through. You do not have to beg or plead with man. When the time appointed by heaven arrives, the door will open of its own accord. And when it opens, no opposition will be able to stand in its way. No adversary will be able to block it. No circumstance will be able to delay it. For the hand that opens it is the hand that set the stars in their places and called the universe into being. The door will open, but it will not open for every heart. It will open for the prepared, for the faithful, for those who did not give up when the wait grew long and the night grew cold. It will open for those who trusted when there was nothing to see, who obeyed when there was no evidence, who remained steadfast when others walked away. And the door opens, it will not simply be an entrance, it will be a commissioning. It will not merely be a blessing, it will be an assignment. It will be the fulfillment of promises, yes, but also the beginning of new responsibilities, new territories, new battles to fight, and victories to win. The opening of the door is not the end of the journey. It is the start of a new chapter, a higher calling, a deeper walk. And the door will not be like other doors. It will be a door that leads to things you could not imagine, places you could not reach by your own strength, victories that only the Spirit of God could bring to pass. It will be the kind of door that marks your life forever, a threshold that once crossed changes everything. The sound of the hinges turning is near. The rumbling of heaven's decree is already moving through the Spirit. The door that God has prepared for you is about to open, and it will open, not by might, nor by power, but by His Spirit. When the moment comes, it will come swiftly. It will not wait for your convenience, nor will it delay for your comfort. The season of waiting will give way to a season of decision. And in that moment, there will be an urgent choice laid before you: to move with the hand of God or to remain behind, to step through the door or to cling to the familiar, to rise or to retreat. The choice will not be made for you. Heaven will not force your feet to move. The Spirit will call, but He will not drag you. The path will be opened, but you must choose to walk it. The promises will stand ready to be seized, but they will not be seized by the hesitant or the half-hearted. The urgent choice demands a heart that is fully His, a heart that trusts, even when the road is unknown, even when the cost is high. You will not have time to deliberate as you did before. You will not have the luxury of endless indecision. What you have been prepared for, what has been hidden in waiting, what has been growing in secret, it will call you to act. And your response will determine your portion. To hesitate is to risk losing what has been laid in store for you. To shrink back is to risk forfeiting the fullness of your destiny. There are moments that pass and leave no mark, but there are moments that carry the weight of eternity. This is such a moment. This is the choice that will define the course of your life. The heavens are shifting, the Spirit is stirring, the ground is trembling. Everything is coming to a head, and you must decide. Will you move when He says move? Will you leave behind what must be left behind? Will you cross the threshold when the door swings open wide? Will you say yes to the call, no matter the cost? For the cost of obedience is great, but the cost of missing the appointed time is far greater. The urgency is real. The choice is at hand. You stand at the edge of something greater than you have ever known, something written for you from the foundation of the world. And when the voice calls, you must answer without delay, without fear, without compromise. For those who answer will find themselves walking into the fulfillment of everything God has prepared for such a time as this. And so, the time has come. What was spoken in secret is now moving into the light. What was hidden is being revealed. What was prepared in the silence is about to break forth with a sound that shakes the earth. The appointed time is upon us. The door will open. The choice will stand before you. The shaking will purify. The unveiling will glorify. And those who are ready, those who have been found faithful, will step into the destiny prepared from the foundations of the world. The plan has been set. The clock of heaven is striking the hour. May you be found awake. May you be found ready. May you be found faithful. Thank you for standing in this hour. Thank you for heeding the call. Thank you for preparing your heart for what is now at hand. May the Lord strengthen you, guide you, and lead you into the fullness of His perfect plan. Thank you, and may God bless you richly.